the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Bosome Dunsia after the election of former President John Dramani Mahama as the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress were announcing the campaign team for the 2024 elections. We are surprising because of share timing and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in the campaign team. It was swift, it was fast compared to that of former President John Dramani Mahama. I say, no wonder Reverend Charles Kasawo Kokroko Ejumadie so say no wonder say omunya issues with campaign message and policy message for the 2024 elections. I say campaign team need one more so no reputation esopa, especially obi to say Joshua Alabi, the presidential candidate, once presidential candidate of the National Democratic Congress, on former President John Dramani Mahama a contest here. Osho omo pedigree so. But one surprising thing is NDC all members of parliament in the minority from our campaign team. No member of the national campaign team of former President John Dramani Mahama a member of parliament. Yenkoti in Komodi a course so Kokroko Ejumadie so with Reverend Charles Owusu and Dr. Smart Sapo on Kwame Sefakan regarding the campaign team of former President John Dramani Mahama.
The constituency in the campaign. Now campaign team is different from the whole structure now. I want. And this NDC election, and I can say party no much but not candidate in any. In time, because if you don't go to heaven, don't blame Jesus. This time round, no. Study era you can friends saying smart Professor Kano. In fact, no cry back up the NDC party na a more can say popular than the candidate. Study era about me also popular than the MPP party. And he niamano assistant dynamics na assistant. Na me the American chance say momutri nkwa e bo mabaso minua Erika J boat motri nkwa pa na onim say Yoruba umia e de bibi foforo bi aba yiri say e na be ma campaign na no this time na be devoid of attempted na yi ba be issue based or say kindly the situation we mean the ono ba obetimi aye ama ye free ya how and all the atuja. And I'm sure say NDC force so e especially say o mabaya campaign team abayi dia ama AIG hini wo mayi enkoko nketenkete ne lions ne jata no me ho
afekra de almost the way keeping better
na
more dey mo
yeah 24-hour economy
see way keeping ye dadodo enu nti no mo be say dey ye beti my faso dano
24-hour economy no mesre say campaign team abadia omoma ani ye den ena ho because you see toda emrantie na ya ye kasa ba video so enye obi nye bopaye o ye doctor na okokasa ekofa jatane nkusie no ne nkwane ho sensem onu fi say 24-hour economy new innovative can say ideas are eba enti se ne mafoforo bi ba dia jata ibo akonye ne atan to wall afa ne ho na wana ko to wall me enti
akamba ne go to tower
ekofa Nsem-Pii ya aja ya dina na also okay ene pa no twa no me so meyi me ho den afrim me say there's a good who said campaign team is very solid ankasa omuma enchichiremu mra yie fa omo policies omo de den omo de ba me de ade ama bisa free other parties in our say see situation wo me chama here so be ka kire yo impeni for say o de way here obi nsi wa yie nti ye wo yie mu dada ye wa ho chirem dada start ka kire but there na mo betuna ye ama say munya kwan ebedi anima umbetime ye free saa how are eden ye wo mu ye be sere se eniema nya boko adwubre o na ye nhwe na kasa no ye wura mahama eko Christian Service University me hwe de insight actual haya na sabi enya na hia se presidency is not for it's not for comedians. Message say on fat the initial di hu. Ne de obetumi aye. And come students. And come Ghana for yentie. There be na etoya koma mu a. Na etoya koma so a. Ntimi de agina so ato Biden e de amano. Say for comedians so we comedians so. Say Ghana for to abama wura baomi a. Say ope o Ghana president. Yo Ghana for to abama wa. Say pe obi mpo. We Ghana president. And benifo no say mo gu hu fia. E ma kwan man kola na e wo fam no e kasa basa. Kimi sene ni die mo we de buo kwan so. Ahobrate wan. Na ro mo bru. Me say dia omo kasa kakra bi omo de kakra bi faase. Dem kakra na omo de faase no enkoye de be ma mrantie no. Ene mbaba wa na ye wo mase no. E be gina so. Na akoye fire for fire. All kan abrantie bi kotro na okasa basa fa wura ba omi ho a. MPP ni ti ho a onyin tum da. On be camp de any kwan so kan den e fa ho. Na me fi say bi o akofa kwan na be fi a e ba be brie yin na ekuru akofa asam den e de abrayen. Moma penifo madaro meburu munim de chen ni ho de. Na kasa no se madaro ma se hutimi ti kakra man ya. E be bo ama yen so e wa kire a. Ajamo kasa wi a yen so ye be tasitase ne kakra cheche manfo no. Ye be tima kama ho ate na be bo yen. Ko campaign wi chairman. As of Ghana to say no. Enya temidi about solutions.
Na onim Alexander Aban or a lawyer ni former MP Goma West. Yes, now a deputy health and
yes.
Kwame, I am one of your few enemies. I've been trying very hard to recruit more.
Chairman General, Ghana Star Service for aye ejuma de aboa o man no. In fact, the entire institution ne wo ho no BBC. We are seeing me a statistician and I'm always proud of the Ghana Star Service. You say if you can't measure, then you cannot manage.
If you can't measure, you cannot manage.
Then you cannot manage. Yeah, measurement no. Yeah, na management ne be dia. Now it is because governments or leaders of the country are not making use of the measurements that we give. Inti bia no akoso osunu ni dio so osunu ne kra ye wo no the wo solution e solve bia osunu problem bia no akoso osunu ne trunk na no so osunu ne kra to say ementi ahinkwa yibo edebo ahin bi na ye inti me first comment ne say mama ye made the Ghana Statistical Service na ye employ the service of statisticians and researchers. What we do, Kwame, is that we measure. It is only when we know the size of the issue that we can manage. You have problem with mismanagement because measurement in now.
So to know the size, you have to measure.
Absolutely. And you cannot manage if you cannot measure. And only my first point. Me bought Ghana Statistical Service. So no. Because anytime I see you, I'm so proud of you. I mean, you might also be there in your time one. I mean, no Ghana Statistical Service for you now. Number two, the issues na ba be go. Issues where you are there, you bet me respond. Na me who say kakra there are some responses around the issue. Issues no, 4 major issues. We say we nye poverty keke, multi-dimensional poverty. Enti weights no ho. Unemployment na kese power 32.6. Ufri about living conditions 27.9. Now about healthcare apomode ho nsem 21.7. And education 17.8. Education how many people still uneducated and not impoverished educationally. Access to education, quality education is an the issues no. How do you approach it? The approach is that say ye pese etu ohia se a ye kasa niema for yi nyina boom na ye di tu ohia na se senka one district one factory minim the secretariat to may update and kakra that would have been a very serious response to the issue of unemployment. And so the government initiates our project or more who do so much until we don't even know response are 1D 1F no about to the issue of unemployment. One day when we get the figures, then the government can take some credit and say, oh, unemployment, and this is how far years so yet me responded to it, especially with 1D 1F. As for mainline employment issues needed, I know I did.
So 41 they are more tax waivers.
omu
relief kesi
ebeba enti no these are the issues measurement naba management na sisi aka me be twen oban na dwen so in fact unemployment no ono ane challenges kakra in terms of definition ye kan there are some people are omu ye adwuma enso enye ne se oye employed unemployment answer on krabata be 9 bi fractional unemployment no eye ni asabio o se adwuma mu ominya we ya mempe me gya akwa ye adwuma we na we gyae nti na enye se adwuma bi ni ho but on pay no nti o gyae sa na fe o ye unemployed. Second one year seasonal unemployment omu de adwuma no ye ne bra no nti yenuanu bebre wo se mo ye kuafo pa omu ye employed but for part of the year no their work goes down omu adwuma no ni ho because it's seasonal na bi o ma ba ha no mu pa adwuma foforo ni ade so they are only temporary or seasonally unemployed. Ye issues kese baako structural unemployment and last one no the voluntary unemployment. Structural unemployment ni ye the mismatch between adwuma e wo ho any skill set nipa nikita ni nyina education betimi abo bridge that gap and all those things but na ye catch them ebunu so say get to know the job environment and prepare a skill set to be a betimi am fit into the available jobs in them. And not that no voluntary unemployment no ye wonu mu so sebi they are giving all the excuses not to work. Ni nyina buy into this issue of unemployment imu but me say measurement and management no measurement ne ba it is the duty of leaders to manage the situation by providing the avenue. Incentives are here the private sector when we know very well that private sector employs over 70%. Me research data na me speaking to if my research says that private sector is employing 69.9 almost 70%, then it means that some management deliberate attention must go into private sector because they are doing more of the employment. Government per my data Miami research data 18.3%. 18.3% no any 69.9% there. When you do the management where you know say private sector can employ more, incentives very near day more so that they can also employ more. What is the update on the 1D 1F? All these things are responses are a bit boa ya addresses are multidimensional d over living conditions no. My first question I may be say obi emisa no Ghana for amutie na no pay check around you ufie your immediate environment and yema depending on. My question is what percentage of that is made in Ghana? The living condition can be improved if a country decides to eat what he grows and grows what he eats. Ghana, we will continue to have living condition challenges if we continue to depend on other people and the products that comes from other places. Ni nyina be feed into employment because nya wo to free man mu nya o mancrofo bi so adwuma ye wo ho any all those things but ye pa abrofo ntade ye pa abrofo jene na no na me kan wa fidie so abrofo gari no China gari no chairman general Ghana fo kro no ase eye de sen ye gari no one mindset na eba no na say enche bia Ghana gari no so be yira because say demand and supply Ghana gari no so na say enye de ntomu nto na China de ne eye you see enso e ba ye no Ghana ni ne say branding Ghana ni ne say omu de ne ye de say ye de no enti ebedu baby no obi fie the living condition will be determined by even the gari that he eats. Senior me say measurement and management no.
Measurement and management.
This is one measure the base year. We expect some leadership, some deliberate attempt to reduce the dependence on other in our various homes. Obi ahwe fie. Uko jom no aso akodi dwa ba. Enema na watagu basket ni mu de pa na made in Ghana. Ofre gari na se local gari ho so mpaya. Ofre mo a local rice no ho so local rice there no afa foreign
atu money ho.
The intos the obi ahwe diem enti me there that is my first question. Living conditions in there we will continue to live near betimi ada scenario they say you be eat or you will live on most of the things made in Ghana. Me see kente kura na man for pe China kente sen Ghana kente chawa je no me say China kente
mate
Prophet no money nti
meaning why we our taste yeah gari ahwe yan free yan kwalabre mu an ye nyina ye bi we fie no enne you see, my surprise is not about the importation of gari. My surprise is on Ghanaians confess and say China gari no ɛyɛ the same yɛn gari
foreign taste you know is taking over
chief
Enti yeah the dollars kokra no.
Anyway, that is it.
I have to go.
China, China General Pacho, Medema no sino. Yeah, oh, the living condition kwa de maminyansi questions. No, anyesa anka mbebisa. How many of us are our doors made in Ghana? Our roofs made in Ghana? Building materials, no. Then we need to the ebeja. Nafe maba health adini so mo bo nema force be mreni ho. O the health no. What is the state of our health training, nursing, midwifery, community health nurses ni ade? Agenda 111 in the state to say these are responses. Me say measurement in the say we must respond to it. Drones beboaye because to some areas are now unya medical supplies instantly. Into the health of the people living in that will be improved. So blood need to be do one time in Robi to be do one time. But then large response factors with agenda 111 near they say we are afferinum confanochinum near day. What is our response to it? And I'm the last one, education and so dear. Say government has done a lot. Free SHS, TVET, STEM, but the issues that service is drawing down for us to know they say quality no level of identity. Nina and management ye jamamo. Ye say ye provide the access no na ye focus on quality nso enti me da Ghana State Service for us me bomb basupa
Charles Yampon
Chairman
San come away baby all the fiba no we need to have this conversation.
In fact I have a whole report on something that the Nyamra be discuss.
Sure.
There are more questions than answers.
The more I ask the less I know.
Enti me gidi say Nyamra ni di san ko pa na your assembly attackers, if you don't go to heaven, don't blame Jesus. Me who NDC for campaign team aba solid team, solid. Especially Yera Joshua Alabi. Me pena sempa na dwimu do papa. Na de ba ku bi NDC for aya che say me who say omania bre park say omo MPs ni nice in chain. Obi an